What's going on, my people? What's up? How you doing? I'm good, blessed. Thanks for asking. You don't know who it is. You don't know what it is. I'm gonna tell you. It's right, and this is Hood Hodl. I'm bringing this to you because you need to understand. I even gotta look you in your eyes. You need to understand the importance of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies and the role they are going to play in our futures. You need to understand this. The future you depends on it. The future your kids, their kids, generations depend on this. And this will be the last cycle before we get priced out. And I mean us as in us from the hood. Us in the impoverished neighborhoods that are struggling to fucking get by, working 2 and 3 and 4 fucking jobs just to pay bills and still be behind. Right now is the time where we need to get Bitcoin and hold it. And if you think, oh, it's a scam and all this foolishness, it's not. Right in this video, I'm going to give you a couple key points. I'm not going to spend all day on it because whether you buy it or not, I'm buying. And I'm holding straight up. So let's get right into it. We're gonna go. You see Bitcoin right now, it sits at 59,300. This is Canadian dollars now. We'll hit the American and see 44,000. Ooh. 24 hours up 2%. This is big. This is big. Ethereum's 2,400. It's been pumping too. It's been pumping for the last few days, last week actually. But anyway, we're going into Bitcoin. Now, to understand what Bitcoin is, we need to understand money, right? Now, money is a joke. Money is, it turns into an ice cube nowadays. That's pretty much what it is. You hold it and you just, the purchasing power just depreciates daily. Same $1,000 you have right now can't buy, and it won't buy the same things that you want to buy in a year's time. So you need something to fight, to keep your money frozen from melting. And Bitcoin is that thing. So you could keep your money in the bank account, and then they're charging you money to hold your money. And then they're going to take your money and flip that a bunch of times and make money off of your money and not give you anything. But hey, you do you. You do you, boo-boo. You do you. But what I'm trying to tell you is Bitcoin is the key. Bitcoin is the future. And what makes it the future is it's because it's a software and it has a deflationary technical piece that helps with keeping your money from becoming a melting ice cube. And what this thing is, it's called the halving. You need to understand what the halving is. Every 4 years, the supply of Bitcoin that's being released into the system decreases by half. Now, if you don't know what I said, I'll spin it back. There's only 21 million Bitcoin ever going to be made. Right here, 21 million. Now, because there is 21 million, the 21 million hasn't been released yet, the whole 21 million. Now, the year 2134, that is when the last piece of Bitcoin will be released into the Bitcoin ecosystem. Up till this date, there is only 19.6 million released. So every day the system releases 500 Bitcoin, or 900, sorry. It releases 900 Bitcoin every day. Now this is at this current date. We're not talking about the previous halvings or anything. Until the next halving, it will release 500 Bitcoin, 900 Bitcoin a day. Then the next halving, once the halving comes, it will release 450 Bitcoin a day until the next halving, and then that'll cut that in half. Hence the word the halving. Some people like to call it the Jubilee. Now that, if anyone knows economics, then supply and demand. If you have something, you have a supply of something, you have a demand of something, there's a market. So if the demand for something goes up, then and the supply stays the same, the price will increase because there's more people wanting that thing. Now, if you have something, the supply goes up and the same amount of people, then, there's more of that thing, so it will kind of bring it down. You know what I mean? Bring the value down because more people. There's no more people, same amount of people, but there's more of that one thing. And that's what they do with the dollar. They keep printing it, sending money over here, sending money over there. And it depreciates the value of you holding the dollar. They print money, your government prints money, you lose money. Then you go to the grocery store, you go to the gas station, everything costs more. Doesn't cost more. Your purchasing power of your money went down because they made more. Supply and demand. Now, Bitcoin, on the other hand, with the halving, it releases less, 50% less. So, if the same amount of people want it and the supply gets cut in half, then, to me, if the supply gets cut in half, then it should jump 50%. To me, that only makes sense. It should, if not double, then increase by 50%. To me, it makes sense, right? So I'm going to show you something very interesting. Bitcoin came out in 2009. Why? Because of the 2008 banking crisis that caused the housing market to crash, banks collapse, RIP Lehman Brothers, and a few other ones. But this is where it gets interesting. Every 4 years about the halving. Remember, I just said that. Remember, 4 years, the halving. So, Bitcoin came out in 2009. Price of Bitcoin when? 2010. 6 cents. God damn. What is it now? $44,100. That's American now. Now, let's go Canadian dollars because I'm Canadian. So 59.4. It was 7 cents in November 2010. So, anywho, from 2009, what's 4 years after that? 2013. Good math. Let's go. 2013. November 2013. What's Bitcoin at? $1,100. Right? 4 years. That from 7 cents to $1,100. That's crazy. So go and don't get in the media. This is where the media plays you guys right here. Bitcoin will hit an all-time high, $1,100. Then it'll pop down here to 3 something, 2 something. Then the media will start jumping in. Oh, Bitcoin's a scam. It's going to zero. Blah, 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 blah. It's going to zero. Then people who bought in up here, because you always get the people that buy in on the way it's going up, greedy, It is what it is. They buy in on the way up here. And then, they're going down. They scared. Jumped in the market, don't know what's going on. I'm losing money. They turn on the TV. TV tells them Bitcoin's a scam. They sell. Then they tell all their friends Bitcoin's a scam, blah, 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 blah. Not understanding the halving. 13. What's 4 years after 2013? Nice one. 2017. Here we go. December 2017. $22,000. Went from 1,000 to 22,000 4 years. Every halving, there's a spike. And it doesn't happen on the halving. It happens a few months after the halving. There's a bull run. I'm going to get into a lot of stuff in the future videos. You got to follow for more. However, I'm just going to show you the basics of the halving because I want you to understand how important Bitcoin is. And honestly, once you look at this video right here, this will probably be the only video you ever need to understand. Once you see this chart, I'm going to break it down to you. and it's the only thing you need. So, boom, 2017, another all-time high. Again, that's a 22x over the 1,000 or 1,100. That's 11. Like, come on. And then it hits there, comes back down. Oh, the media gets this coverage. Oh, Bitcoin's a scam. It's a scam. People buying all the way up here. People jump in. Oh, man, I'm going to... It starts falling down. They get scared. Media says it's a scam. Then it has a drop-off. Boom. Oh, it's going to zero. Everyone that knows anything about Bitcoin just keeps buying. Does its thing. Going through. COVID crash. Picked right back up. What's 4 years after 2017? 2021. Let's go. What does it reach in 2021? Two tops. We can blame SBF, the FTX collapse for this and market manipulation, but I ain't gonna. I'll just stick it to I'm just sticking to the G code, man. That's the code right here, straight up. The halving. So, what is that? $82,000. $82,000. $82,000 in 2021. That's crazy. Then it falls back down, and then you get, Jamie Dimon. You get all these big heads that are like, hey, Bitcoin's a scam. Bitcoin's a pet rock. I wouldn't buy it with your money. And Warren Buffett saying, oh, all this stuff, it's whatever. Man, it's poop coins. And, God rest his soul, Charlie Munger. They talking that because they don't need to invest in Bitcoin. They was already rich. And if they talk about Bitcoin, everything they have is in the stock market and in real estate, and it takes from their riches. Why would they talk about it? Doesn't make sense. So that's why they don't and didn't. RIP. So 4 years after 2021, what does that do? It means 2025, correct? What year are we in? What is today's date? February 7th, 2024. Look where we're at. So every 4 years, a big old blip just comes out of nowheres. Like, I don't know about you, but I'm going to keep accumulating. This fell down, I remember the last little bit. Jamie Dimon was talking, oh, Bitcoin, it's a pet rock. If any of and Jamie Dimon works for Chase Bank or JP Morgan. Anywho, to me, they're all the same. They're all crooks. Them two actually might even be the same. But he was telling people that they better, if anyone that works for him buys Bitcoin, they're fired. But at the same time, they were purchasing Bitcoin mining companies and buying Bitcoin over in the European market. The same time that he was saying that, his company, you can go look this up. Go look it up. Jamie Dimon. You don't spell diamond like the mineral or the element. You spell it, mineral. You spell it it's weird. Dimin, I think he spelled it like that. Dim. Just you check out Jamie Dimon. And what I want to also get into is like, you're saying Bitcoin is a scam. I don't understand why. There are so many people that are getting into it. How could you not get into it? There are people that manage companies money that are buying Bitcoin. So how could you not? I mean, there are companies that manage people's money that are buying Bitcoin. And you're going to keep telling me and posting on my Facebook in the comments, and in my Instagram in the comments, and in my X in the comments, and telling me that Bitcoin is a scam. Okay, well, you keep sitting back, being what you're being, and wonder why you'll be stuck in your rut. Yeah, you're stuck in your rut. You want to know why? Because of your habits. The way your spending habits, the way you build yourself, your building habits. Do you read enough? Do you exercise enough? Do you eat clean? Do you challenge yourself enough? Do you build your own self? I don't know, do you? Don't look at me. I'm just saying, do you? Because I try to build myself and buy Bitcoin. I try to build my body and buy Bitcoin. And I'm not a Bitcoin maxi. You got people out there that are they be smoking Bitcoin and don't see nothing else. They don't see nothing else. Me, I see all kinds of crypto and all kinds of opportunity, because to me, the crypto market is just like the stock market, and the stock market is not in place for us at the low end to make any money. And I know the last few years I've been telling people, man, buy Bitcoin, and they've been just saying, oh man, you're killing them, man, you gotta stop with this foolishness, you gotta stop with this. I'm not stopping, because I want my people to win. But I'm telling you, after this halving, after this pump, 2025, when, you know, the price be up here, I'm not going to say it no more. And these videos that I put out aren't going to be free. You're going to have to join my Discord, join my group, because I will have a mastermind group, and we will be building great things. We will be building things that protect our wealth. That's what it's all about. You protect your wealth, hold it, so when you get to a point that you don't want to work anymore, you can celebrate and bask in the glory of your riches, and you can reap the things that you sowed, and then also hand that down to your offspring, because you can't take it with you. And that's the mindset you got to get into. A lot of you is in this mindset, I can't take it with me, so I'm going to spend it. Do you have any kids? Yeah. So you don't spend it, you pass it to them. Because the more you pass down, the less they got to work. And you don't just pass it down to them without giving them the tools and the knowledge to know the know-how to do these things. You got to understand, man. Like, you got to understand. There are cultures out there that plan 100 years ahead. And then we have cultures that plan for the weekend. And you got to, in which culture do you want to be? Which mindset do you want to have? You drink a bottle of something every weekend. You buy a pack of cigarettes, maybe 2 packs of cigarettes every 2-3 days. You smoke weed, you gamble, you do all these things, and then paycheck to paycheck. That's what it is. You smoke. Paycheck to paycheck, you drink. Paycheck to paycheck. Take $10 from every pay and just buy some Bitcoin. Take $20 instead of going out that weekend, going downtown, spending $200, going downtown, spending half your pay because you had a hard week's work. Deal with it. You got the job. Deal with it. That's what work is. Deal with it. Take some of that and put it into Bitcoin. Take some of that, put it in some of the other cryptos. Now I'm not telling you what to get, but if you want to follow me, get in my DM and we can chop it up, and I'll share some of my portfolio picks with you and stuff like that. I can do that. But for the most part, I'm not going to tell you what to get. I'll just tell you the basic thing. Bitcoin. Start with that. You don't want to believe me? Look at the white paper. You don't want to believe the white paper? Just look at the charts. This doesn't lie. This is real. This already happened. Every 4 years, there's a spike. and the fourth year from 2021 is 2025. So are you going to keep sitting here? Or I can't even say you're here because you have none. You have none. So you're not even here. You're off here. You're here. You're going to watch this go up to here and then say to me, I got lucky? Oh, he got lucky. That's what you're going to say? And I'm telling you right now to buy it? And God forbid, I'm not saying sell your house, not saying take your rent money and it's going to double up in 2 days and you can pull your rent money. It ain't going to go like that. It takes time. These moves take time. They take time. So you're not going to, no. So I'm just saying, allocate a little bit towards Bitcoin. Like I said, you have companies that manage companies that are buying Bitcoin, and you're going to argue with me that it's a scam. You're probably the same person that got 7 jabs, but I ain't going to say nothing about that. But you know what? Sorry about that. I just hope that you guys really get it, man. Like, you need to understand this. BlackRock is one of the biggest here, let's click BlackRock, and here's the CEO and chairman. Straight up, BlackRock has over $10 trillion in assets under management. They're managing $10 trillion. So, excuse me, if they even tell their people to put in 1% of their allocation to Bitcoin. 1%. Just put in 1% of whatever you have. Put it into Bitcoin. You know what that is? You know what that is? That's $100 billion. If they just put in 1%. And you think they're only going to put in 1% after the chart that I just showed you? The chart that I just showed you. And this man right here, BlackRock runs the world. You need to understand, they run the world. They pretty damn near own 80% of the U.S. stock market. That's a lot. Like, man, I could. Here, let's get Larry out the picture, because he'll be buying Bitcoin until he dies. But BlackRock is a beast, and you need to understand that this isn't the only company doing this. There are multiple companies, and they just created the ETFs in the U.S. market. ETF is an exchange-traded fund, which means a Bitcoin ETF, sorry. They just created Bitcoin ETFs in January. January 11th, I'm pretty sure is the exact date. And what that means is these companies can buy Bitcoin and will buy it, and will say to you, here, and they're going to push it on their clients, buy Bitcoin, hold it. It will increase. It's a flight to quality. This is what Larry Fink said. This man actually said that it's a flight to quality. And it's like, oh man, like a flight. That's what I put it. I put in flight, and they already knew what it was. Like, and you need to understand how powerful this is. This man is worth. Anyway, it was just up on the screen how much he was worth, and damn. Anywho, shout out to Thinking Crypto. Oh, I got no sound right now. I apologize. Let me try to get some sound going for you.
global terrorism.
Oh, there you go.
More people, we are hearing from clients around the world about the need for crypto. I mean, when you think about, I think some of this rally is way beyond the rumor. I think the rally today is about a flight to quality with all the issues around the Israeli war now. Global terrorism, and I think there's more people running into a fight for quality, whether that is in treasuries, gold, or crypto, depending on how you think about it. And I believe crypto will play that type of role as a flight to quality.
Now you got this man telling you this. This is one of the biggest men with the biggest money.
Please welcome Andrew.
He's telling you it's gonna be a flight to quality. And you're gonna tell me it's a scam. Even if it is a scam, I'm getting in. They know something I don't. Why would I still, come on, man. How long are you gonna sit there and not even read up on it? You owe it to your kids. You owe it to your future you. Why would you want to keep working and working and working, and your money's going down, your purchasing power, which means in another 2 years, you're going to need another job to get the same amount of money you're already making right now to be able to buy half the shit you can buy right now. Why would you not get into Bitcoin? It don't even make any sense, man. I just, you know what? That's enough. I had enough. I gotta end it, because if I get too long, people look at numbers and I'm not watching that long video. But if I can leave you with 2 things, I want you guys to watch 2 movies, okay? 2 movies. And then come back to this video and you'll understand what I'm trying to say. Movie 1, Too Big to Fail. These aren't just make-believe movies, made-up fictional movies. These are non-fictional movies, they're not docs. But you could go watch the docs, Lehman Brothers. But Too Big to Fail. And the other one, The Big Short. The Big Short was the reason Bitcoin was created. Too Big to Fail takes you behind the curtains of the banking sector, just seeing how they make moves. And on that note, rights, Amodi, stay blessed, love yous, beautiful souls, and just stay true and stay you. It's what it is.